God is not meant to rescue us. God is here, experiencing itself in the imperfection, in the tension and release, right? We've had this concept of God being a savior or rescuer. That was planted in us by religion. And that was, we adopted that because of our trauma. Our trauma required there to be a savior. Our trauma demanded that there be a rescuer, right? But that's just a response from our high-tension nervous system that's been conditioned into trauma for millennia, right? The consciousness of trauma has been transferred generationally. And when you have so much trauma, you are, you were shaped in the identity of a victim, and the victim always needs someone else to come and rescue us out of the difficulty, right? So the whole idea of religion, the whole concept of God was shaped around our trauma conditioning. It's the only way to process the stored trauma. And so I'm not even saying, religion was invented to control us. Religion was the byproduct, like I said, of the trauma. Religion was the byproduct and the trauma response of how we coped with all of this unconscious pressure within ourselves, right? So, but now here comes the flip side. As we are healing from our trauma, as we are healing our nervous systems, that story of religion, that story of a savior is no longer necessary or needed, right? So within the cross-section of humanity, you can look at it as a railway track, two tracks that run parallel to one another, going in the same direction. Part of humanity is still immersed in the trauma memories, in the unconscious subjective reality of stress, of victimhood, and they only have the consciousness available to them that requires a savior. So even though for us awakened people, religion has become obsolete, it is still necessary for a large segment of humanity. So we can't abruptly eliminate it. It still serves as a safety net for a large segment of society. And so that's why I'm not so hard about it in decrying it, because I understand this. I understand my function as a bridge, as a soft bridge to lead people by the hand to help them make the transition out of their trauma reality, out of their trauma identity, into their healed identities. So I traverse back and forth as a bridge between religion and spirituality and consciousness. So I understand that for many people, religion still plays an important role, and therefore it is still needed. But I also am on the parallel track of a consciousness that now sees through a healed nervous system, where I say, for a lot of people, the belief in God, the stability, the structure of belief in God is no longer necessary, because our consciousness was able to expand past all the stories, because now we have clarity, right? We're not being, our perception is not shaped by the trauma, because the trauma has been healed, the trauma has been reconciled. Our perception is clear, right, straight through to source, straight through to the apex point, or the alpha point, before all stories were created, right? So I can see, I have dual vision, if you will. I can see both sides and hold both opposing sides in my head simultaneously. That is multidimensional vision, right? I can see what's necessary in the 3D. I can see what's no longer necessary in the 5D. And so I can understand people at their various stages. And I'm trying to be supportive of all stages, while at the same time not suppress the voice of my clear vision, right? Because I still need to express the potential of what is available for those that are moving eventually out of religion, out of spirituality, into total liberation of the self. The self as I am realization. Hopefully that helps somebody today. Yeah, that's all I have to say.